Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, just tell me if I'm audible or not. Just raise your hands and inform me if I'm audible or not. Thank you. Thank you, Sachin. Good afternoon, Dhaval, Yuvraj, Sai Charan, Pranela. Everyone, good afternoon. We'll start in a minute. Let other friends join. Good afternoon. Thank you, everyone. Afternoon. Hi, Mahalakshmi, Praful, Anshika, Shri Lakshmi, Mansi, everyone. Warm good afternoon. Hi, Gulam. Gujjan Singh, Arman, everyone. Jagbandhu, good afternoon, Ganesh. 1 minute, maximum 1 minute. We are waiting for others and then we'll begin. I'm good, Roshan. All good this side. Good afternoon, Pavan, Priyanka, Shivani, everyone. Good afternoon. Just put my phone on. It is Jagabandhu. It is. It is a good book. There is no doubt. Afternoon, Kalyan. Good afternoon, Tuhin. Good afternoon, Himanshu. Okay, let's begin. So, everyone, please welcome about in the first class of modern history and welcome to Byju's exam prep. Yuvraj, I'll talk about the pattern. Don't worry. Trust me, everyone. This is your first class, and in the first class, I am going to talk about. Let me select the pen. Let me select this. Okay. See, today between 12 to 3 p.m., we'll deal with three things. Number one, I'll give you the introduction. I'll do the introduction to this particular subject for you, how important it is for exams perspective. For that, I'll do the analysis of the last few years question. Those who are asking about, how the pattern has changed in the first hour only, I'll show you how the things have changed a bit in the last few years. Of course, I'll tell you about the book list. I'll give you the idea about the books. Which all books should you prefer? How to go about the PPT? How to use it in the best possible manner? All those things would be told. Third, ignore that, Nitish. Third, in the second part, let me change the pen color. I'll give you a synopsis of the whole subject. How are we going to deal in the next 5.5 weekends? Each and everything would be clarified to you. And in the last part, give me a second. We will start with the first chapter, Arrival of the Europeans. So I hope it is clear what all are we going to do in this chapter. One or two people are complaining about the voice. We have got it checked from our side. There is no problem from our side what our technicians are telling us. Let's begin. See, the first thing is, why should we study history? Now, you all know this is going to come in your prelims exam. This is going to come in your mains exam. Absolutely, it will help you in your essays, plus the questions on society, the social issues questions also. History will help. Now, for example, let us, if you see here, this time's prelims questions. In a minute, I'll show you. There were around 15, 16 questions this time also in prelims. Means, on an average, 25 to 30% of your marks of paper 1 come from history. Any topic of essay, you pick up any topic, the first few parts, you are going to definitely, refresh. Everyone, is the audio now better? We have changed the settings a bit from our side also. Is the audio now better? Thank you, everyone. Much better. Great to hear it. We have made some modifications in our side also. Thanks a ton, everyone. So please understand, I have not changed a lot of things. I have not talked about a lot of things till now. I'm shouting, Chinmay. Please understand, I cannot speak more than this. Trust me. I'm shouting, and that's the highest that I can do. So if you're studying history in your exams, as I was telling you, it is going to help you in your prelims. It is going to help in your mains. And of course, it's going to help you in your essay paper. See, whenever you write any essay, the first part of the essay, you go and you tell the historical narrative of that particular topic. You start from the, let's say, ancient times, then you come to the medieval times, then you come to the, later. So invariably in the essays also, it's very, very beneficial. Of course, society. Absolutely, society questions also. For example, any question on women issues, a question on, let's say, caste problem, untouchability, 1 or 2 lines from history will be very, very crucial for you people. Am I clear till here? Am I absolutely clear till here? Okay. Those who are asking me, I'll give you. See, please take my mail ID. kumar.rohit@byju's.com. Is my mail ID clear to you? I hope, please note it down. If you have any issues, you can always write to me on my mail ID. I've given you my mail ID at the very beginning. Please take it down. Please note it. You have any questions, any clarifications, do write to me. I'll try to resolve it as quickly. That doesn't matter, Anthony. It's all small app. That doesn't matter. Okay. Now, guys, for our convenience, this particular subject, history, for UPSC, we have divided into 6 parts. Now, you all would be having some idea about this. You can see in these 6 parts, we have divided this particular whole history portion. And today, we are beginning with modern. We are beginning with this part. And of course, because there are 24 classes in this, 21 will be for modern and post-independence, which is this portion would have 3 classes. Now, let me tell you one thing, because now many people have joined. Today we have enabled one another feature. This is today we are trying to do a pilot of this. If it is successful, we'll incorporate in all the classes. Please listen to me very carefully. You would be able to talk to me. Of course, you will be asking your queries when you are talking to me. I will enable the, please see here, audio feature. So in the last 15 minutes, that is, let's say from 2:45 till 3 o'clock, I will enable the audio feature where you can give me a call and I will answer your doubts. Please remember, your voice will be audible to everyone. So be very crisp, be very, very, clear about your question, what exactly you are asking, and I will answer which everybody can hear. Am I clear about this feature? Everyone, am I clear about this feature? Okay. So I hope, see, the thing is, I'll tell you why we are incorporating such features here. We are encouraging this whole thing because I was, for example, just yesterday I was taking a classroom. In the classroom, my students were sitting in front of me. They could ask me the questions very clearly. The same thing we want here also, that if I'm attending a class and if Prajwal wants to ask me a question, I can hear his voice and the rest of the class can also listen what Prajwal has in the form of a query. And then I resolve that query. So it would, bring us much closer to the similar pattern of a, I would say, live classroom where the students are sitting in front. The only thing is, I cannot see Uday's face. That's the only thing. Other than that, no, everything would be same. No, Praful, no. I'll be only taking modern and the post-independence. Am I clear? No. See, please understand, we have different modules. So, for example, ancient, medieval, and art and culture, they are part of one module. And later, your Abhishek sir will take those. Similarly, world history is totally a different, block. For example, in another batch right now, the other teacher is taking world history also. Okay. So we have brought, see, we always innovate. We try to make things as comfortable as possible for our students. So without wasting time, please let's move ahead. How many of you have seen this syllabus? How many of you have seen this syllabus? Now tell me, what do you tell me your inference about this? What do you take out? What do you understand by this line? Tell me. You people tell me, what do you understand by this line? In your view, if UPSC has given this one line as the syllabus of prelims, what do you understand by this? Colonial period, how India moved ahead in time, every history and national movement, struggle for freedom, freedom struggle movement, Indian history, ancient, medieval, modern. Okay, I'll take your answers. Everyone, Uday, Janita, Saichar, and everyone. My inference is two things. Number one, they are saying only study Indian history, not the world history. Everybody, do you agree with me or not? By this line, they are telling us that world history will not come in prelims. That's the first inference. That's the first thing that I take out of this line. Another thing is, just for a second imagine, this was not written. Then also, we would have studied under the Indian history, Indian national movement. But because it has written the second part, clearly they are going to focus on the Indian national movement. They will focus on the Indian national movement. So, my second inference is that Indian national movement is going to be a priority. Uday, please understand, art and culture will be asked. What do you take out? What do you understand by this? Jay, what do you understand by this? Okay. Please look at this. Everyone, can you see this slide? Can you see the number of questions that have come from history in the past few years? On an average, very clearly, we are going to get almost 15 to 20% question. Great, Nitesh. If you got 13 out of 16, you are brilliant in history. Guys, you can see how many questions on an average. These many questions are coming from your history. They are coming. Continuously they are coming. And if you see, no, this is from history. This is not modern. I'll tell you modern separately. This is overall history. This is overall history, Subhajit and Dinesh. It's not only modern. Complete history we are talking about here. Now, if I move ahead, please see this. Can you all see? Now, somebody at the very beginning asked me to talk about the changing pattern of this exam. Can you see, all of you, this slide? Everyone, can you see this? Okay, now you all see this. Now, those who have attended my classes earlier, please remember, what did I predict? I told you that UPSC is moving towards medieval when it comes to asking questions. Look at here. Please see this. Arrival of Europeans. Last 3 years, continuously questions came. Can you see this? Things are moving. They are going that side. If you see, I always tell this chapter is very, very important. This is the chapter on the acts. This year also, there was 2 questions on the different acts, constitution. This year, there was a question on Charter Act. Of course, a question on constitution. Now, if you look, there are certain very, very important chapters here. If I mark it, everyone focus on these 2. Can you see? What I'm trying to say is, please study very, very nicely socio-religious reform movement chapter. Similarly, the economic history chapter has to be done very, very brilliantly. The chapter on any of the act, whether that is Government of India Act 1935, 1919, 1909, or the previous acts, whether they are the charters, please study them. Look, another chapter, personalities. Lots of questions, they come from personalities. You can see this year also there was 1 question from Swadeshi and boycott. 5 questions altogether have come from this topic now. I'm giving you a minute. Do you have any question on the pattern of the questions from modern with regards to prelims? Please shoot your questions. I'll be more than happy to answer you. Anything that you think that, sir, do you think like this? Do you think like that? Anything that comes to your mind. I've not got any question. Yeah, these are prelims question. Means I will tell you. Personality questions. Shama, I'll tell you that. Manju, personality questions are like questions on Lalaji. This time there was a question on people who have done the archaeological excavations. Now, Saiyan is asking, are the questions repeated in any manner? Let me tell you. There are questions that get repeated. All of you, how many of you think questions get repeated? How many of you think questions get repeated? I can show you questions get repeated. Themes get repeated. Nitesh has used the correct word. But then I can show you similar questions. I'll show you similar questions have come on Simon Commission. Similar questions have come on, let's say, Rowlett Act. Similar questions had earlier come on the Karachi session. See, again, chances are less, but questions do get repeated at times. And last but not the least, what Nitesh said, that's the brilliant word. Themes get repeated. You do get themes that get repeated at this point of time. Am I clear? Yes, Ananya, this year they asked a question that were basically from British personalities. No, this is modern, Mansi. I'm right now talking about modern history. Now, Nitesh, that's more of an ancient history question. Nitesh is asking, how do we handle term-based questions? Anyone? Can you tell me how do we answer these questions? Yeah, Anubhav, you are correct. Anyone, can you tell me how do we answer term-based questions? See, both, Praful, both. I'll show you. Term-based means they will give you a termin. How? What do you understand by this term? For example, let's say I take a word from modern history. Dulwai. They will ask you, what do you mean by this? I will tell you, Anthony. Have patience. Sai Babu, wait. Guys, Anshika, hold your question for some minute. I have not come over there. I will tell you. See, terminology questions, there is only one way. That is, you write all the terms and in front of that, you give and you write the explanations. And keep on looking at them and revising. That's the thing. Yes, Anubhav. बचपन में आप जो करते थे वही आपको करना होगा. That's the thing, Anubhav. Absolutely. Yes, Sachin, you will focus on that. You will focus. Okay. Now, one thing, please understand. If you feel, all of you, those who are in class, that by any chance I missed out on your query, see, first of all, I will answer everybody's query. If anybody feels that by chance, sir did not address my query, those who came late, I have given my mail ID. You can always interact me with there. Interact, Write your query as I'll solve that. I'll answer each and every query. If by chance you feel anything I've missed out. Now, please see, those who were asking what is the pattern for modern, see here. Last 2 years consistently, modern has been ignored. Everybody agrees or not? Do you agree? Last 2 years, modern has been ignored. And let me tell you, not only you, I also feel the pain of that. I'm really sad. My subject is getting ignored. I'm getting really, really frustrated. But then I see what happened in these years. Look at this. From the peak of 10, 11, suddenly it came down to 6, 5. Again it went up, came down a bit, again went up, has been consistent for 2 years, has gone down. Don't be disheartened. Don't take modern lightly. You never know. It will come. Yeah, Nitesh, but not exactly. PYQ means previous year question. Those who do not understand what is PYQ, PYQ means previous year question. Yes, Anubhav, you are absolutely correct. That's why those who are giving the exam in 2024, trust me, maybe next year there would be a lot of queries, a lot of questions from modern. Am I clear till here? Raise your hands so that I can move ahead. Those who are giving in 2025, my best wishes. You will get a lot of questions that year too. Maybe you will clear your exam by modern only. Trust me, modern this year also, those who have given the exam, they will validate the point. This year also, modern gave 3 easy questions. This year also, modern gave 3 easy questions. Your question on Swadeshi was easy. Question on Dr. B.R. Ambedkar was easy. Question on Charter Act of 1833 was easy. And the question of due was also easy. Yeah, this is only for modern history. This is modern. PYQ trend modern. I will tell you, Manoj. I will tell you. Don't worry, Manoj. I will tell you. See, my only request to you people is try not to miss the classes in the 5 weeks. Because when you miss something, that continuity breaks in history. And if you miss out something, please try to cover that as quickly as possible. Trust me, it will help you. Sai Babu, these are the numbers of prelims question. You can see I have written prelims thing. Moving ahead. Please look at now the main syllabus. Please see. This is your main syllabus. And as you all can see, modern history, 2 lines. So basically, if you look here, 1750s onwards, because it's written middle of the 18th century, 1750s onwards, the question of modern will be asked. But here in our classes, we will begin with arrival of Europeans. We will start from this lecture. I'm leaving these post-independence. I'll do later when I'm starting with post-independence class. But right now, leave that. You all can see here, this is your analysis of modern. And this is PYQ trend mains. Now everyone, can you see this analysis? All of you tell me, What do you make up? What do you think about this post-independence? Anyone tell me, what do you think about post-independence? Absolutely, Rajdev, you are correct. It clearly shows less important. On an average, one question, max. But then, easy question which shouldn't be left. बहुत easy, very, very easy question. You should grasp it. You should not leave it. You will easily get 10, 5, whatever that, 50% marks in this post-independence. Don't leave this. Of course, world history. You can see here. One question, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0. Can I say, before that also 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. Can I say this has also become less important? Guys, can I say that this also has become very, very less important? You are not getting a lot of questions from this segment also. Now do a comparison. Everyone, see here. Look at this here. Look at this here. Can you see certain years art and culture dominates modern? Can I tell this, guys? Can I say this? That certain years art and culture dominates even modern. And on an average, you can see these are giving you 3 questions, at least 2 to 4 questions on an average. So let me go back 2, 3 slides. See, here only I'm making a column. Please remember, your world history does not come in prelims. Rest every segment comes in prelims. World history will not come in prelims. Rest everything will come in prelims. Am I clear? Am I clear here? As far as mains is concerned, these two don't come. Rest everything comes. Ancient and medieval don't come in mains, though art and culture will come. Art and culture will definitely come. They will not come directly, but ancient and medieval will come in the art and culture format. Lakhan, post-independence can come in prelims also. For example, you can say this year's question on 26th November 1949, the question of Constitution Day, drafting committee question, that can be taken in polity, but that can come also in, in your mains. In your prelims. Please understand Anubhav and all. Dekho, everyone, is there anyone in this class who does not understand Hindi? Anyone who does not understand Hindi? Is there anyone? Okay, Jhansi, Dinesh, there are 2 people. Okay, 5, 6 people are there. No issues. Now I'll then purely be in English. Don't understand, guys. Don't worry. Please listen to me. Dekho, listen. Question on Jahangir's paintings can come in mains. That is what? That is your art and culture. Questions on, let's say, Shah Jahan's buildings can come. That is what? Art and culture. But they will not ask you what was the socio-economic conditions during Jahangir's time. Can you all understand this point? Question can come usually 99.99%. The questions of ancient medieval in your mains would be somehow linked to art and culture. Am I clear, guys? Am I absolutely clear about this? So my last thing, yeah, Ashoka's sculptures, on paintings, on dance forms, on any, mural paintings, buildings, whatever that might be there. So just for the last sake, if history is there, literature is in culture, Anthony. Guys, which is the most important portion in history, according to you now, after the discussion? You people tell me, which is the most important part in history? Modern. Then number two. Which is number two? Absolutely. Then number three. Number three. One comes in prelims, another one comes in mains. Number fourth. At least every year the question comes in prelims. Number fifth. Some years the question can come in pre or can come in mains. Am I clear till here to every one of you? Is this much clear? Any one of you, any query? Absolutely clear? Roshan, fourth point is medieval. At least every year you get one or two prelims question from medieval. That's why I kept it over there. Done. Thanks a ton, guys. I hope till here I'm clear. I'm very, very specific. Now let's come to books. See here. Market is full of your books. Full of books. And then I'll show you something I brought here. This is the book that Byju's provides you. This is the book that Byju's provides you. These are your class 8, class, 12th books, NCERT. Now, all of you listen to me very, very carefully. How do we read books? All of you, how do we read books? Tell me, how do we do that? Sachin has a question. How to study keeping, books keeping in mind the syllabus of pre and mains? Sai Pavan, write the mail for that. Now I'll answer over there. Anyone, how do we read the books? Anyone answer me? Like story, Dinesh, one way of reading that. Absolutely. I like that. Effectively to point. Okay. Chapter wise, read keynotes. According to module, I just read page wise, underlining while reading after lecture in relation to syllabus. Okay, great, great, great. I'm getting a lot of good answers. Just give me 1 second. I'll show you something. Okay. Just, okay, I did not get that. Don't worry. See, tomorrow, I will give you this book, chapter, name, and the page in which it is there. Topic wise, I will give you topic and on which page you will get that. Now, what you have to do is don't study books from your side. Don't study the books. I will tell you, for example, today we will do arrival of Europeans. Your work will be go in this book, Bipin Chandra, go in chapter 3, and I'll tomorrow give you the page numbers also that you have to read. Sai Babu, write a mail to me. I'll look into that. Now, how many of you have gone through the NCRT? Abhijit, write a mail to me. Anshika, write a mail to me. How many of you have written, read the NCRTs? Ganesh, write a mail to me. Don't worry. Okay. Now, for example, let me tell you one thing. You will have to trust me for the next 5 weeks. If I tell you that go in this book, there is a chapter called 1857, and I tell you, don't read it. Don't read it. Leave that chapter. Why? Because every line of that chapter I will cover in your class. Each and every line of that chapter would be covered in the class. So leave that. Don't study that chapter. Even though if you go on your app, I have done the discussion of that chapter also. But if you don't read that also, not a problem. But the same book has another chapter on tribal revolts. Last 1.5 page of that tribal revolts is simply on Bhagwan Birsa Munda. Now I will ask you to read that particular Birsa Munda pages and take out the important points from that. So please be very attentive. Listen to me very carefully. When I say that you have to read a particular book, particular chapter, do read that. When I say leave it, leave that. Am I clear, everyone? Is the point clear till here? Everyone? I need more yes. I need more answers. Yes, hands raised. Give me something. Guys, this has to be interactive session. Please keep on writing. Please give, showing your thumbs up. Now, see, dekho. Please understand, I'll keep on using the word dekho. Dekho means to see. Look, that's my takiya kalam. I keep on repeating that word dekho. Don't worry about those who don't understand Hindi. Don't worry. See, do according to me. You will get the things. Don't worry about that. Gayu, I will tell you whichever chapters. Dinesh, write the mail to me. Guys, I gave you my mail ID. All of you listen to me very carefully. I gave you my mail ID. If you have any trouble, any place, anything, books or not the books, I am there to help you out. You don't have to go anywhere else. You have to write mail to me. I will resolve your problems. Which way I resolve, that is my headache. Do you understand this point? You don't have to worry about that. You have to write mail to me. I'll solve that. I'll get it resolved. So you need to tell me your problem. I gave my mail ID, Pawan. I gave my mail ID at the very beginning of the chapter. I will tell you, Roshan. Go according to me. Those who are asking my mail ID again, here there is not much of a place, so I'm writing here. kumar.rohit@byju's.com. Great, Anshika. That's great. We will talk about post-independence later. Am I done till here? Is this done? Yes, Neil. Okay. This is your first chapter. But before that, for the next 45 minutes, listen to me very, very carefully. I'm going to give you the synopsis. Dipesh, I'll tell you that. Have patience. I am giving you the synopsis that how are we going to study this whole modern history? Where we will begin. Guys, if you understand these 45 minutes, trust me, the whole chapter, the whole exam, you will understand like a story. I'll tell you, Dipesh. So for the next 45 minutes, focus here. And I'll keep on asking certain queries to you people here. Let me change this. Just give me a second. Okay, tell me. Don't worry, I've just written the first word. The first chapter that we shall begin here is arrival of Europeans. Now, you all will study under this 5 different nationalities. They came to our country. Portuguese came, Dutch came, Danes came, French came, English came. Isn't it? All these 5 different nationalities came to our country. Now, as you all know, one by one, all these will lose, and these English would set up the empire in India. Guys, if you don't make the notes of this also, not a problem. But if you make the notes, see, again I'm telling you, don't worry about the notes. I will get your notes prepared. I will make your notes in this synopsis only. Or later, whenever I'm teaching any chapter, I will make concise notes for you. Every chapter, I will make concise notes for you. You people later, have to either copy from there, or you can take the snap of that. No, they went to other countries also, Muhammad. Please understand, Europeans colonized many parts of the world, not only India. They went to many places. Now, please see here, all of you. If they came to set up an empire in India, who was ruling here at that point of time? Who was ruling? If Europeans want to set up an empire, Anthony is correct. Mughals. So the next topic should be that we need to understand decline of Mughals. Only when the Mughals decline, there is a vacuum. Guys, if somebody has to rule, somebody has to vacate. Mughals have declined and there is a vacuum. And that vacuum will be taken by the Europeans. But then, decline of Mughals includes a small topic known as later Mughals. Heard this term? All of you, have you heard this term later Mughals? Great. Hannah? Great. Anjum, you have the brainstorming? Great. I'll show you. Everyone, I'll show you. Guys, later Mughals, those who don't know, are the later day Mughal rulers after the death of Aurangzeb. Post Aurangzeb, the rulers who ruled, they are called the later Mughals. That is, Aurangzeb died in 1707. So later Mughals, they are those people who ruled between 1707 till 1857. Am I clear? Everyone, clear? They are more or less, Dinesh, they are. I'll show you that. Chalo, very good. Now, all of you, think like this. Do you think Mughals would have surrendered and there was nothing? You know, suddenly Mughals surrendered one night and British came. Do you think it would have happened like that? Absolutely no. People are saying no. Yeah, that would never happen. That is, your mighty Mughal empire would have first of all broken into many provincial kingdoms. If I go to South India, here there is Carnatic. This is your Kerala, Mysore, Nizam, Maratha, Bengal, Awadh, Jat, Rajputana, Sikh. Everyone, do you agree with this? Don't go by my map. My map would not look the greatest, but whatever I could make it. Do you agree that these provincial kingdoms would have risen? There would have been so many such states. Now, as I said, ultimately, who has to rule here? Ultimately, it is the British. So one by one, British will fight with them. Anglo-Mysore Wars, 4. Anglo-Maratha Wars, 3. Battle of Palasi, Battle of Buxar. Similarly, Anglo means English here, sort of. Anglo-French Wars. Let me write it. Anglo-Sikh Wars, 2. Everyone, do you see this? One by one, the Britishers, they have defeated every competitors of theirs. Every Anglo, one side is British. And Palasi and Buxar, one side is British. Everybody, do you agree or not? Keep on raising your, thumbs ups. Okay, great. Now listen to me very, very carefully. It's not needed that every place they fight only. Some places, Fatima, we will study that. Some places, yeah, Anurag, they also did subsidiary alliance and something called doctrine of lapse. For example, Nizam had to sign subsidiary alliance. Awadh had to sign subsidiary alliance. And then you all would have studied example Jhansi, that would have been the, through doctrine of lapse. Dinesh, you will have to copy this. What I'm writing, this is the notes. I'm not saying that whatever I speak, you'll have to write. Guys, can I say right now, after all this, who is the ruler of India? After all this, who is going to be ruler of India? Or what you people are writing? Now, my question to you people is very simple question. Why did the British come to our country? Why did they come? Why did the British come to our country? Absolutely, you are people are absolutely correct. I can see everybody has written one word: trade, trade, trade. Now some are writing resource, spice. Guys, you all are correct. Absolutely, I'm not denying you all are correct. Let me tell you, in another words, they were looting us. And how did they destroy us? That is going to be our next chapter. Economic history of India. In this chapter, you will see they would take out our money. Our resources would be drained out. So that would be our first topic, known as drain of wealth. Then, of course, the second topic would be deindustrialization. They would ruin our industries. Our industries would be ruined by them at this point of time. Of course, they would have their own revenue collection methods. So you will see they will bring zamindari, ryotwari, and mahalwari. There would be zamindari, ryotwari, and mahalwari. All the three revenue collection methods would be there. They would be, zamindari, there will be I. Zamindari is known as permanent settlement, Himanshu. The same thing. Zamindari only is known as permanent settlement or zamindari. Am I clear? Now, Roshan, don't ask questions right now. We will study zamindari later. I cannot explain zamindari right now. I'm only giving you what they have done. I'm listing out the topics right now. Guys, you will study here only. Commercialization of agriculture. They will be, bringing many new crops, or they would ask us to grow crops which will help them in their industrial revolution. Crops like tea, coffee, cotton, all these crops, they would force us. Indigo, absolutely, Dipesh. These are called the cash crops. Now, guys, to help themselves, they brought the modern means of transport. And the example is here railway. Railway is the best example of the modern means of transport at this point of time. Yes, roads also they build the bridges, all that. But the roads, railways, remember, we will see for all these things to be done by them, they will bring new things like civil services in our country. You know what you are preparing. The civil services would be brought at this point of time. And all these that we study here, we study under the 3 stages of capitalism. The 3 stages of capitalism would be studied here. Of course, one more chapter, famine. Everyone, are you clear with economic history of India? What we are going to study under this topic, each one of you. Am I clear with this? Every one of you, absolutely clear or not? See, I'm not denying, guys. Dekho, of course, here you will see telegraph. Here only you will see postal service. Those who are not understanding famine, Inderpreet, famine in Hindi is called as akal. Akal is basically when there is a huge shortage of food because of man-made or natural reasons. That's called your famine. Capitalism, no, drought is sukha. Slight difference, Amy. Slight difference between drought and akal or famine. Kriti, you will see that in the lower services they allowed us. I'll talk to you about that. Capitalism we will study later. Don't worry. It's, when all the mediums of production are in the hands of a few individuals, like money, all that, land, factory, machines, and the rest of the people, they work under them. That's called your capitalism. Guys, dekho, I'm asking you a very simple question. Did the British do any good to us? All of you, did the British do any good to us? Railways, they introduced Anubhav for themselves. That was never intended ki how will Anubhav travel from his hometown to Delhi to give the exam or your UPSC interview. For that, they did not bring the railways. They helped us indirectly. Anthony is correct. Okay, now Aarti has given me the answer. My next chapter, that is, yes, Anurag, keep on giving your answers. Socio-religious reforms. Heard about this? All of you, heard about this or not? The British, they will ban sati. They will bring laws. Just a second. Yes, they will ban. Now, please understand, for all these, there were certain Indian people who were working. Who are these Indians? If you go to Bengal, you have Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Of course, in Bengal only you have Devendranath Tagore. Then they, think Anurag from the perspective of history right now. That's right now I'm thinking. I'm not saying you're wrong. Guys, apart from Devendranath Tagore in Bengal, who is there? Anyone from Bengal here in this class? Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. No doubt they brought Keshav Chandra Sen, Great Gulam. Bhai, Bengal only gave us Ram Krishna Paramhans and Swami Vivekanand. No doubt. Now think about someone else. Let's go to people who worked for, betterment of the lower classes, lower castes. Someone has named Jyotiba Phule. Absolutely. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. No doubt. Narayan Guru. Periyar. Justice movement. I'll just without any doubt, yes, Gandhiji can be included here. Why not? Gandhiji is there. So there are many such people, who are doing this. Now, I'm not talking only about the Hindu reformers. There will be Muslim reformers also here. So let's say Sayyid Ahmad Khan, Faraizi, Titu Mir, Iqbal. No, we will go beyond that also, Aarti. You never know what UPSC will ask. So we will study Wahhabi. Of course. Ahmadiyya. I will teach you, Anthony. Don't worry. Yes, why only to Muslims? We will also go beyond Muslims. We will go to Sikh reformers also. And in this we will study Kukka, Akali, Namdhari, Nirankari, all that. We will study, Kukka or Namdhari is same. So we will study about, why not Nirankari, Singh Sabha. Let me remove Kukka. There are many Theosophical Society, Gopal Krishna Gokhale, there is Behramji Malabari, Mahadev Govindranath, so many such names. So we will study all of them. Guys, very, very big chapter. Very, very big chapter that you have to study in a good way. Should I move ahead? Now these Britishers are ruling on us for a very long period of time. And we would do a revolt. Revolt of 1857. in which we are going to study 5 parts. What were the causes of the revolt? Events of the revolt, reasons for failure of the revolt, analysis of the revolt, result of the revolt. Am I clear? Everyone, the British, they have been ruling us for 100 years. Now you people are angry. You want to take revenge. And how did you take the revenge? You did the revolt, which is known as Revolt of 1857. Everyone, absolutely clear or not? Now, do you think this was the only revolt? No. There were many tribal revolts. Like anyone from Jharkhand? Anyone from Jharkhand? Santhal? Munda? Guys, I want Jharkhand, Bihar, Namita, great. But then beyond that, Jharkhand, you have 2 great revolts. Bhagwan Birsa Munda does the Munda revolt, and Siddo and Kanu Murmu, they do the Santhal revolts. Of course, in this chapter, we shall study the peasant revolts. Peasant revolts like Indigo, Pabna, Deccan peasant, Mopilla, Eka, Bardoli, Tibhaga. All these we will study here. We shall see here, of course, in this only, All India Kisan Sabha. Anyone from Tamil Nadu here? Tamil Nadu walo? We shall see military revolts like Vellore, mutiny. We shall study about Vellore mutiny in this class. Dania, Harishwar, Dhanya, Shiv Subramanian, Dinesh. Yes, we shall see about other types of revolts also. There are so many other revolts, like there is Velu Thampi, Sannyasi, etc. All of you, am I clear with this chapter? What all we have to study? Everyone, am I clear with this? Now, guys, for the first time you reach, where? Where do you reach now? Congress. Crystal clear. Thank you, Somen. Congress. And in this Congress, we will first of all study the pre-Congress. No, Sachin, not now. That I cannot do right now. When I'll teach, I will tell you. I cannot tell right now because I'm not teaching right now. All of you be very clear. When I will teach these topics, I will show you 5W approach. For example, just wait here. For example, I will rub this, but just for 2 minutes, look here. When I will teach you indigo, I will tell you indigo. When did it happen? 1859-60. Where did it happen? It happened in Govindpur village, Nadia district, Bengal. So guys, you can see When, where, who are the leaders? Who are the leaders? You will see here Vishnu, Vishwas, and Digambar Vishwas. Guys, why did the revolt happen? When, where, who, why? Why did the revolt happen? Britishers forced peasants to grow indigo and it destroys fertility of the soil. And lastly, I will tell you what happened in the revolt. So, we will see, we will remain non-violent and it would be a successful revolt. And again, we shall see why was it successful. Can you see how I will make you the notes? Everyone, 5W approach. Then in some other places, I will give you the pestle framework. If you attend every class, you will see I will get you notes for every subject like this, for every topic, wherever it is possible. Wherever it is possible, I will give you notes. See, I'm rubbing this. This is not the, or I'll rub this. Okay, I'll rub this thing. Congress, I'll take in another. Let this be here. See, the style will be, I will make the notes, I will make you understand everything, and then I will show you the slides. That way, you people will understand. First of all, don't be in a hurry to make the notes. I will make notes for every topic for you. I will write at the top that these are the notes. You just have to copy them later or then, wherever you are doing. When you are with me in the class, try to understand the things. Am I clear? See, in the classrooms, I usually tell the people to take the snap of my notes, take the picture. Here, you people can take the printout of that because it is here only, or you can write it on your own later also by sitting. But dekho, understanding is more important than mugging up everything. No need to mug up. It is my responsibility, my style to make you understand the things, and that I will do. Okay, let's come to Congress. I hope this is clear. Give me a minute to, have some water. Okay. Next is Congress. And under the Congress, we shall study the moderate phase of Congress. Under the moderate phase of Congress, the first topic we shall study is pre-Congress associations. That is, before Congress also, there were many such bodies which were there in order to, help the people. There were bodies before Congress also. Then there is a theory associated with the formation of Congress. But just give me a second. Give me a second, guys. I just should have told you before this. Okay, I'll write later. That before these two topics, I should have told you about the rise of moderate nationalism. What was the cause of the rise of moderate nationalism? That we will study. Of course, we will study the moderate phase of Congress. We will see the moderate leaders. Will, of course, apart from moderate leaders, look into the demands of the moderate leaders, the failure of the moderate leaders, and why government wanted to fail them. All these topics we will study under the Congress moderate phase. Contribution, absolutely, will, why not, we will study about their contributions. Under the demands only, some of these demands would be accepted, and we'll study about that contribution, Manchu. Then we will come to Congress extremist phase, and here we will study about the rise of extremist ideology. Why did there was a rise of extremism in India? In this only we will see the division of Bengal. Bengal will get divided. We'll study about why Bengal got divided. Curzon did this division with what intentions? And against this, we did Swadeshi and the boycott movement. We did the Swadeshi and boycott movement. End result here will be the split of Congress. Dinesh, we will study that. Don't worry about that. See, right now, again, all of you, I'm really sorry. I cannot explain these because that will take a lot of time. I'm showing you how the things have happened. For example, moderate phase is from 1885 till 1905, and 1905 onwards, extremist phase. And Surat split happened in 1907. Bengal division happened in 1905. Swadeshi and boycott started from 1905. Here also 1905, 16th October, this happened. Last topic that we will study here is the formation of Muslim League in 1906. Am I clear? Everyone, am I clear till this module? We are in 1907. Now we will go ahead. And because of the Congress division, you will see 1909, the government came up with the Molle-Minto reforms. Later, Ghadar revolt. Then, Home Rule League by Tilak and Annie Besant. And in 1916 only, Lucknow session 1916, in which there will be a Lucknow pact between Congress and the League. Now, a lot of you are writing, I can see, don't worry. Absolutely, after this, it is arrival of Gandhi. There is no doubt about that. There is arrival of Gandhi. And in this, we will see, first of all, Gandhi in South Africa. We will see how Gandhiji was there in South Africa. Then Gandhiji came back. But before he came, Gandhiji had developed certain techniques. That is something that we have to study. Gandhian techniques. Of course, later we will see Gandhiji's Champaran, Ahmedabad mill strike, and Kheda. The three small movements of Gandhiji would be studied by us. At this moment, British brought a bad act known as Rowlatt Act and a good act called Government of India Act 1919. Against this bad act, Harishwar, I did not get your question. Against this bad act, Rowlatt Satyagrah would be launched by Gandhiji. And here only we will study about the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. 1919, Jallianwala Bagh would be done. All of you, am I clear till 1919? Can you see how the things are moving? Everyone, Himanshu, you are writing everything. I can see that. Good. Everyone, am I clear? Yes, yes, Harishwar. He was a lawyer, not from South Africa. He had studied in London, had gone to South Africa to work for a client of his. I'll give you a 5-minute small break before I start the next topic. Give me 15 more minutes. We will have our first big break at 3 o'clock, but before that, a 5 minutes break I will give you. Of course, Gandhiji's big movements are non-cooperation and the Khilafat movement. Gandhiji has launched the non-cooperation movement and Khilafat. Guys, why is non-cooperation stopped? Why is non-cooperation movement stopped? Yeah, absolutely, you're correct. Chauri Chora. Anthony, absolutely correct. Chauri Chora happened. Gandhiji called off NCM. And now, there will be Swaraj Party. See, those who don't know, lunch break, 3 p.m. to 3:40 p.m. 3 to 3:40 p.m. there will be the lunch break. 40 minutes lunch break at 3 o'clock. We have started at 12. We cannot end the class before 3 hours. Guys, here only the British will send their Simon Commission. Yes, Kirti. And in response to this Simon Commission, we would have the Nehru Committee. Of course, against this, the British will give the Pavli Declaration, and later we will do Lahore session, where for the first time we demanded Poon Swaraj. No issues, Kshitij. Yes, 22 people died in Chauri Chora. Guys, at this moment, Gandhiji will launch his big movement. What is the big movement of Gandhiji here? Yes, no, Himanshu. It is civil disobedience movement, which Gandhiji launches with Dandi March. And here only the 3 RTCs are done. And after first RTC, there is Gandhi-Irwin Pact. There is a agreement between Gandhiji and Irwin. We are in 1931. Last thing here, those talks will fail, and later government will announce something called communal award, and in response to this there will be Pune Pact by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and Gandhiji. These two people will do. Ayushi, I don't think that's needed. Now the British will announce the GOI Act 1935, and based on that, there will be elections in 1937. Somen and Uday, I did not get your questions. I mentioned 3 roundtable conferences were done. Elections in 1937 will lead to 28 months of Congress governments. Very soon, for the first time, Pakistan will be demanded. In 1940, 23rd March, and last chapter of ours will be 1940 to 47. Guys, these elections were there in 1936-37. We call it in 37 because your governments came around that point of time. 28-month government. Guys, you all know World War II began. British needed our help, gave us an offer called August Offer on 8th August 1940. Yes, this began in 1939, September. August Offer was rejected by Congress, and Congress began individual satyagraha. Again, British offered Cripps proposal. Congress rejected it and started Quit India movement. Simultaneously, outside India, INA by Netaji was going on. Later, here only we will study Rajaji Plan and Desai Liaquat Pact. And Congress will be again offered something called Wavell Plan, then Cabinet Mission. When Cabinet Mission will go on, simultaneously our RIN, that is Navy, will mutiny. And lastly, there will be Mountbatten Plan. So many events. You all can see so many. I have not written many. There are many events that will happen. Anthony, 8 o'clock. Lastly, guys, in our last chapter, there will be topics like press, education, constitutional reforms like, regulating act, etc. Am I clear till here, everyone? Was this totally clear? Was this totally clear? No, that I wrote about that. Please see. Here, 3 RTC. RTC full form is Round Table Conference. Am I clear, Uday? Yes, Dinesh. Partition of India, Pakistan partition, we will not study much in detail. Okay, some of you are asking about the timings. The class started at 12. We'll go till 3. 3 through 3:40. Break. 3:40 to 5:40. Again class. 5:40 to 6. Break. And 6 to 8. Class. Am I clear, everyone? Is this totally clear? It is 1:37 right now. In fact, 38 it became. A 7 minutes break. 1:45 we will restart. Let me. No, timing tomorrow will be different. Am I clear? Take a 7 minutes break. We are starting after the break. Our first topic, that will be arrival of Europeans. Am I clear? I'll just fill my bottle. We'll start after 7 minutes. Exact 7 minutes. Let's start. Am I audible now? Everyone, am I audible now? Thanks a ton. Thank you. This is not needed, so I'm rubbing this. This would not be helpful for the, annotated PPT also. So I'll be clearing this whole thing. Only the things which are needed for the exam would be there in these slides. These things which are not needed, why to keep them? Let's start with our first chapter. Now, one of the things that I'll do is, let me tell you, I will specify the chapter whether it is important for prelims or mains. At the very beginning, I shall be specifying whether the chapter is important for prelims or whether the chapter is important for mains. See, please understand, the idea here is, if it is for prelims, focus has to be given on the facts. Do you get this point? Everyone. For example, this year also, arrival of European, there was one question. And that question was nothing but purely a factual question. Purely a factual question. So if there is any chapter like this, do focus more on your facts. Am I clear, everyone? Yes or no? So let's, at the very beginning, tell you, this is a chapter purely for prelims. And of late has become very important. This year also one question came. Last year also there were questions. Continuously you are getting questions from this particular topic. Aarti, not now. I'll tell you later. Not on the first day. It will come later. Am I clear, everyone? Look at this picture. What is your view about this picture? Anyone? What do you see here? If in one line, remember, if I tell you one line you have to say about this picture. Okay, Praful says it's a port. Okay, anything else? One line. Don't go beyond that one word or one line. Revolt. Abhishek says, Anthony says modernization. Shilakshmi says war. Anubhav says strength at coast. Pooja says ships. Avani says trade ship sailing towards coast. Okay. Dipesh leaving. Ayushi says Bombay port. Kula says slavery. Human migration for profit. Massive trade. Transport of goods. Vacant ships. Done. Got it. Everything I got it. Let's say my interpretation is, all of you, listen to me, my interpretation. My interpretation says that, of course, this is maybe a port town. Maybe these are new people who are having their arrival to our country. My another interpretation says that they are coming through ships. I think by the uses of these cannons, these new people are the adversaries of the previous one who have already come. Clearly, the people who are on the coast, they don't like these people coming over here. So that's why cannons are being fighting at this point of time. There is a fight going on at this point of time. Can I say these things? All of you, can I say these things? See, why I have given you this picture is to tell you that all these Europeans, remember, they arrived in our country by ships. And every European was unhappy that there was one more competitor. Guys, remember, all the Europeans want one thing: monopoly. All these Europeans want one thing, that's monopoly. Am I clear with this? Monopoly, you understand? Monopoly means that, only one player. There shouldn't be any other player at this point of time. Okay, tell me one thing. My another question to you people is, who was the first European to come to our country? No, I'm asking the name, not the people. I understand Portuguese were the first. Namita says Alexander. Ankush says Vasco da Gama. Please listen to my question again. All of you who are writing Vasco da Gama and all, my question was, who was the first European to come to India? I did not say who was the first European to come to India during medieval times. I simply said first European. Am I clear? Everyone. And I'm not saying Alexander. Maybe before him also, any European might have come. Any traveler might have come. By showing you this man's image, about whom you all will study in ancient history. You will be taught about him in ancient history. What I'm trying to say is, listen to me very carefully. Europeans knew about India since the ancient times. Am I clear? Because Alexander's attack was around 326 BC. Every one of you, do you believe what I'm saying right now? Can I say that, from ancient times, they knew India is a rich country, India is a prosperous country, India is a country which has huge trade potential. Now, I'm not answering this question. I have only given you this question for you to think about. This is not my portion. This is going to be taught to you in ancient. How many of you know this? Just write yes or no. How many of you know? I can see Dinesh is writing about something. Pooja, okay. Those who don't know, don't worry about that. No, Anthony, I don't think you are correct. Those who know, great. Those who don't know, don't worry about that. I'm telling you, don't be worried about that right now. You will study about him in your ancient times. Now, please understand. Let me take a new slide. It is said that these Europeans, I just now showed you, knew about India since ancient times. But then you will see that the medieval times, Europeans had a, era of darkness. Medieval times, the Europeans had gone way back, didn't have much idea or didn't have idea because of the wrong notions of the church. For example, I'll show you. See here. This is a map of the earlier times, and under this they are saying world is flat. Europeans think world is flat. Don't go in the extremes. You will fall. So there were so many such inconsistencies as far as the knowledge was concerned. Wrong notions were there. But then there was Renaissance. Renaissance is literally nothing but rebirth. The British, the Europeans, the Portuguese, the Spaniards, they started looking for newer things. Now, just for your sake, see here. This is age of discovery. I'll come to this. Give me a second. Nitesh, good, but then we are not focus on the thing that I'm talking. You are correct. I'm not saying you are incorrect, but then focus here. That's not needed here. Correct. Guys, then comes the Renaissance, rebirth. Europeans, there is a, era of discovery, or what we call as age of discovery. Suddenly they are discovering many new things. They are looking for many new things at this point of time. Now all of you tell me, what are the Europeans looking for? What are these Europeans looking for? Think. Why are these Europeans roaming all around the world? Prajwal says spices, somebody says trade, somebody mentions resources, somebody says profit, gold, somebody says knowledge. Anything else? Ananya, I'll come to your point. Somebody says search of new land. Okay. One person is mentioning treasure, crops. Okay. Can I say something like this? I read somewhere that these Europeans, they were looking for new lands for 3 reasons. What are the 3 reasons? Someone said these are the 3 G's. God, gold, glory. Anubhav has written, and one more person had written 3G. Guys, those who wrote this, you are correct. You all are correct. What is gold? By gold is profit. By selling resources, you get profit. By selling spices, you get profit. By doing the trade, you get profit. Of course, gold is gold. Treasure is gold. So first thing was gold. Nobody mentioned God. Did anyone write God? I didn't see anyone. I did not get God from anyone. God is what? Yuvraj is asking why God. Yuvraj is asking why God. India is a Hindu land. Maximum India has Muslims, some Buddhists, some Jains. They want to preach their religion. They want to propagate their religion. Am I clear, guys? Yuvraj, Manish, and everyone. They want to tell about their beliefs. They want to tell about their ideas. They want to propagate their own religion in India, because India has very small population of Christians at that point of time. Everyone, do you agree? Why God? No, they are not searching God. They are trying to spread God. I'm not saying searching God. Christian missionaries will come. I'll talk about them. So they want to expand their religion. That's why they are, looking for new land where they could expand their religion. Every one of you, am I clear with gold? Am I clear with God? Two things. Yeah, Nitesh, that will come later. I'll talk about that. David, they want to expand the religion. Christianity should be propagated in the newer lands. Everyone, God and gold, is this 2 point clear? Of course. Anyone, tell me what is glory? Any idea what is glory? Yeah, again, I told you. Glory. Guys, glory is in their sense that whoever will be the first, that will get the glory. Supremacy would be achieved by them. They will have enhancement of their prestige. They will get the fame as a conqueror. All of you think now, who gets the glory? Everybody remembers the rank 1, even if rank 2 is a great success, but then rank 1. So whoever does this search the earliest will receive most of the glory. Am I clear? All of you. So for these purposes, yes, glory is name, fame, prestige. Absolutely. I'm not denying name, fame, prestige. All these are glories. So guys, for these purposes, you had these exploration. Am I clear with this question? Everyone, am I clear with this question? Okay. Before I go into this, please see here. For these, there were many, explorers. There were many explorers. You don't have to remember this. I'm not asking you. I'm not teaching this. We specifically talk about Christopher Columbus. Let me take the black pen. We talk about him. You will also see the name of this man in my chapter. You can see different areas, right from 1492, different areas of the New World. New World is your Americas. They were discovered by different people. So, for example, Columbus discovered the Central America, discovered the Caribbeans. Similarly, Brazil was discovered by Pedro Alvarez Cabral. No need to remember this. Again, nobody will ask you. We are worried about whom? We are worried about this man. Guys, who is this man? Who is this man? देखकर नहीं लगता है. Doesn't seem to be an explorer, but he was an explorer. The Gama, Vasco da Gama, isn't it? Doesn't seem to be an explorer type, but he is. You can see in Western Europe, you have two countries. This is one country, the pinkish one, and the greenish one is the another country. These are Portugal and Spain. The bigger country, the green one, is Spain. The smaller one is Portugal with its capital at Lisbon. Everybody knows this? The initial discoveries in the world were being led by these two countries. No, Dinesh, Portugal and Spain. Almost all the initial you know, discoveries, your expeditions were being done by these people. Their kings were supporting them, and it was their people who were doing all these. So you can see Vasco da Gama's first voyage, this route is given, this red thing that you are seeing. All of you can see. Can you see India's map? Everyone, can you see India's map here? Can you see the India's map? Okay, just see here. We are all these areas, including your Bangladesh and the present day Pakistan, that all is being shown over here. Remember, this is the map of the colonial times, or if I write it like that, before partition. Anubhav, don't get into Akhand Bharat. Yesterday, there is a lot of trouble. You know, Nepal's two former prime ministers, they are talking about this. Our country, we have made it very clear that in the parliament, the map that we have used is the map of Ashoka's period. So that we have made very, very clear. So don't worry about that. Let's forget that. What I'm trying to say to you all is, whenever you make map of 1947 before 1947, please do include Pakistan and Bangladesh. Am I clear, everyone? Don't make present day map when it comes to history. Do include Bangladesh and Pakistan so that you can include the states like Sindh, NWFP, your East Bengal, of course, Balochistan, and the parts of Punjab also there. That's something that you should remember. Now, all of you tell me, was Vasco da Gama the first person to reach here? Was Vasco da Gama the first person to reach Cape of Good Hope? Everybody says no. Absolutely no. Yeah, except one person, everybody has said no. So tell me, who was the first person to reach this place? Absolutely, Bartholomew Diaz was the first person, or sometimes Diaz was the first person to reach here. Okay, DA, I have made a mistake. Just give me a second. I'll rectify that. It's a proper noun, so don't worry about the spelling. Bartholomew Diaz. Now tell me, those who have studied geography, what is Cape of Good Hope? Geography people, what is Cape of Good Hope? No, it is in South Africa, I know. Chalo, I know that much. Avni says southernmost tip of Africa. Avni is saying this is the southernmost tip of Africa. Avni and everyone who thinks that this is the southernmost tip of Africa, please check your Africa's map. Let me tell you, this is not the southernmost tip of Africa. This is a wrong thing that people think. This is wrong information. Go and find Cape Agulhas is the southernmost tip. It is only 60 miles away, but this is not the southernmost tip. Am I clear about this? Now tell me, who named this place as Cape of Good Hope? Who named this place as Cape of Good Hope? Anthony says da Gama, somebody says Diaz, somebody says Diaz. Nitesh is correct. See, Diaz has named it as Cape of Storms. Why? Because there were too many storms that used to come to this place. But later, the King of Portugal renamed it. No, guys, it's not Henry the Navigator. Please see, everything is there in the slide. Don't worry about that. See here. The king's name is King John II. It is there. Some of you have mentioned John II, correct? Everything is there. The King John II named it as Cape of Good Hope. The idea being it should bring better luck to whoever is coming later. Whoever comes later should have better luck in, discovering the sea route to India. Am I clear, everyone? Am I clear? Chalo. Let's talk about something else now. My question is, Pooja, what's the thing that is not clear? You will have to mention then. If it's not clear, tell me what. My question is, I'll come to this statement. Why they are searching for a new sea route? Guys, if you are asking the questions, be very, very clear. I cannot understand the question by just the words. You will have to ask your questions clearly. And when you are asking your question, ask in one place, not at different comments. Why are they searching for a new sea route, specifically to India? Absolutely. Nikhil, Ayushi, you all are correct. Himanshu is correct. Nitesh is correct. No, Dinesh, there is something else. Great. Ankush, correct. Praful is correct. No, Ananya, there is something else. Okay. Listen to me for 2 minutes. Can you see this map? Everyone, can you see this map? Now see here. One route of going and doing trade from India is through this route. This is the route of Persian Gulf. Another route, if you want to do trade with India, is through this route. This is your Red Sea route. And of course, the third route is which is known as your land route through the Central Asia. Now, all of you remember, land route, not the easiest one. Very, very tough route. So it is used very, very rarely, very less business is done through this land route. That is through our northwestern part of Pakistan, those days, our country, Khyber Pass and all. Then you enter into Afghanistan, then go into Central Asia, and via Central Asia, you reach Europe. Very less use of this route. So the other options are you use the Persian Gulf or the Red Sea. The Asian side is dominated by the Arabs. The next side, the second side, is dominated by the Europeans. They take the goods from here, and take it to Europe. But now there is a problem. Guys, what is the problem? Modern day Turkey, this area, modern day Turkey, those days Ottoman Empire. This area has been won over by the Muslim rulers. The Ottoman Empire has captured this area. Muslim rulers, Sultan Mehmed II has stopped this route for the Europeans, and invariably, because the people they have taken this route, who are Muslim rulers, they are putting a lot of taxes on the goods if they have to pass to Europe. So now the goods are becoming very, very costly. Now, I told you few minutes back, Europeans come to our country for gold. This is trade. Guys, which particular item did they trade? Trade specifically for the spices, pepper, black pepper to some. Please understand, Europe is very, very cold. And in the winters, nothing grows. So you require these spices. You require these spices so that you can store the food, preserve the food. Of course, they used to come here for textile, etc. also. Somebody is mentioning calico. Absolutely. But spices is the most important product. That is what? For the preservation of the food for the winters. Now, you all tell me, if somebody blocks the route, okay, where is that? If somebody is blocking the route, if Ottoman Empire is controlling that, don't you think you would require some other route? All of you tell me, somebody is trying to have my neck in his hands. Will I not try to think about something else? Arey, kuch to aur socho. What is the other option? The other option is, let's go to India through a sea route, a complete sea route. Am I clear? No, Europeans are not that strong, Dinesh. That's the thing. Pooja, change route. Route is ROUT. Guys, so we need to change the route. Let's go to India through a complete 100% sea route. But then nobody knows this route. And that's why you have many people who are searching these routes. This man came, then somebody else came, somebody else came. This is a king, though. So here, people are looking for newer routes. The first person came till here. The second came till here. The third came till here. Another person came till here. The first person to reach here was Bartholomew Diaz, because there were so many storms. Again, see here, because there were so many storms in this area, he named it as Cape of Storms. Pooja, look at here. They they called it as Cape of Storms, but later it was renamed by the new king of Portugal. And that king said that maybe it will bring better luck for the future people. And that's why he named it as Cape of Good Hope. He is the person who always supported them. Storms means tufan, Muhammad. David, I told you about Alexander, na? I told you about Alexander. See here, this man is the same man about whom I told you. He is the discoverer of Brazil. He also came to our country. Bartholomew Diaz also, you know, searched this route, this place for the first time, but later renamed by King John II. Dekho, all of you, at the end of this chapter, I will give you concise notes, because again, I'm repeating, this is a prelim specific chapter. They keep on asking factual things. Facts are being asked. So we need to understand which all facts we need to remember. Those who have attended my class earlier, they would know I do something called, let me take a new slide. Those who have attended my classes earlier, they would all know I do something called brainstorming. In one slide, everything I will write for you. And you have to remember that slide. Every important fact of the paper exam would be here in this slide. Am I clear with this, guys? किसी को, anyone, any doubt till here? Anyone, any doubt? Thank you. Those who are writing no. Again, देखो, if you have doubts, I'm always there. You can ask me later also. Don't worry. And half an hour more and we'll be going for a lunch break. So give your 100% for the next half an hour. Ganesh, I will show you that. I'm not done right now. I'll show you that. Don't worry about that, Ganesh. See here. This is a line I have taken from your NCRT. Yes, Gaurav. This is something that we take from Bipin Chandra. This is a line I have taken from your Bipin Chandra. Can you see this line? How many of you understand this? Read it on your own. Read it on your own, everyone. Do you agree? How many of you agree with this? How many of you agree with this? Most of you are agreeing. Okay. If anybody disagrees, give me the reason. Why do you disagree? Do you think there was any other bigger event? If you disagree, please tell me. Okay, everybody said yes. Now tell me, how many of you know him? Who all knows him? Adam Smith. Who all knows Adam Smith? Anyone with the economics background? Now everybody is saying Prajwal, Naveen, Somen, Abhijit. Yeah, Anubhav, the same guy. Yeah, Nitesh, Himanshu. But he's called your fathers of economics. He's called, not fathers, father of economics. Great economist. His statement is given in your Bipin Chandra. And he says that in those days, two things. One, this happened in 1498. And this happened around 1492. So if you see here, in 15th century, two big events, according to Adam Smith. One, discovery of America, and another, Cape route to India. Now for 2 minutes, all of you, see here. If this is your world map, how many of you know there was something called a triangular trade in those days? Triangular trade between what? Africa, Europe, and America. Yes, Sudhanshu. Yes, Suday. You people are brilliant. Absolutely correct. How many of you know the triangular trade? Anyone else? Yes, Dinesh. Yes, Prajwal. Great, Neeraj. Good. Okay, Hazira, you don't know. I'll tell you. Don't worry. Now, this is not going to come in our exam, but this is given in your Bipin Chandra. This is given in your Bipin Chandra. This triangular trade. Yeah, Manish. From Africa, they used to buy slaves. Would take these slaves to America would exchange these slaves for, let's say, goods, would take these goods to Europe, sell these goods in Europe, earn gold from Europe, use these gold to buy slaves, sell them in America, buy the goods over there, go to sell it in Europe, make profit over there, earn more gold, or buy more slaves, sell more slaves in America, earn more goods from there, or buy more goods, sell more goods. Do you understand this triangular trade, guys? This triangular trade, even the big people, the big shots of Britain, they were involved in this slavery trade. One of the worst part of the colonial history, the worst thing of the colonial history, yeah, British monarchs, the kings and the queens, the owners, they also did this. Everybody was doing this. Those who did not understand, for one last time, I'm explaining once again. Africa, from Africa, what did they buy? Black slaves. The black people were bought from here. These black people were taken from Africa to America. In America, they will sell these black people so that there they can work in the plantations. In return for selling them, they would take the plantation materials, sugar and all, or any other product from America, take these products to Europe, sell those goods at a higher prices in Europe, and earn more gold money, and utilize this gold to buy slaves from Africa. Yeah, maize is also one product. The British, Europeans, Namita. Am I clear now? Am I clear with this? Okay, Sai Babu is asking, what is Cape Route? Sai Babu, I told you, Cape Routes is nothing but coming from Europe and circumnavigating, matlab Africa ka chakkar. That is, you are circling Africa, circumnavigating Africa and reaching India. Am I clear, Sai Babu? Dinesh, you will study that in your world history. So not going to get into that. Early 19th century, it would end. So because that would become very big here. Okay. Now see this. Please understand, in my slides, if you find anything in this font or this color, you should understand it is important for prelims. If you see here, you have to focus on those words. Another thing, I told you the world, your 18th century onwards will be asked in your prelims. So you should focus on the things that will be of the recent past, not the mid-15th century. What is happening in Europe doesn't perturb us. What is happening in Europe, nobody is going to ask you about these. But yes, tell me, who are the Timurids? Guys, who are the Timurids? Why should we study the word Timurid? Anyone? No. Yeah, Nikhil is correct. Timurids is the another term for Mughal, because Babur from father's side was connected to Timur, from mother was connected to Changiz Khan. Because he was connected to Timur from father's side, Mughal dynasty's another name is your Timurid dynasty. Everybody, do you understand this? As far as the Mongols are concerned, we study Mongols because they continuously attacked us. In medieval times, already UPSC has asked questions on them. Ottoman Empire, we will study something related to them later called Khilafat Empire. Khilafat movement we'll study in our. So guys, please understand the things that are associated with us like Tughlaqs. Yes, we will study those which are not important. We will leave them. I've already told you. Yes. No, Himanshu. Modern day Turkey. Constantinople are modern day Turkey. And here, the Turkish Sultan has won. He has captured Constantinople and has blocked the routes to India and Orient. Orient means towards the east. So everybody is now searching for a sea route for the goods which we talked about earlier, like spices and any other products at this point of time. I don't have to tell you, I showed to you, all these are going to come by sea, and these are the 5 players apart from Portuguese who will come. Orient. Orient means anything towards the east, like Korea, China, Japan, India, they all are Oriental world. That's the Orient world. Land related to the eastern side, these all are east of the British. Guys, whenever you get this term, any place which they have taken through trade or conquest would be referred as your colonial India. So you will see we'll speak about a word called factory a lot, or you will see, uh, trade depot. So any of these areas they would have taken for trade activities, and that's called your factory. So now let me conclude this part. I've already told you Henry the Navigator is the king of Portugal who encouraged his people go and search new routes. He was such a good man in this sense that he was given the title of the navigator. He was given this title because he always used to encourage his people that you should go and search newer routes at this point of time. Am I clear, everyone? Each and every person. Am I clear? Because here I have completed the first part, that's called your introduction. So now, just to give you idea, many people have asked me that, sir, how are we going to make notes? I told you, you don't have to worry. I'm making notes for you. See here. I told you, 5 different players will come. Now, brainstorming. See here. Which are these 5 powers? Portuguese, then Dutch, then English, then Danes, and then French. These are the 5 powers which would come to our country. Now, guys, this order is for the factory formation. I'll just give me 1 minute. I'm writing. You will have to note it down. Portuguese, English, Dutch, Danes, French. This order is for the company formation. All of you see here, the difference is only can you all see this, what I have done just now? I'll explain in a minute. Can you see the difference? Everyone, tell me yes or no. Do you see the difference or not? Okay. Now, who does not understand these two things? Anyone in the class who is not able to understand this? I'm saying this is the chronological order. This is nothing but your chronological order in two ways. Now I'll tell you what is company, what is factory. Okay, everyone listen to me. Have you heard about English East India Company? All of you tell me. Have you heard about English East India Company? Everybody has heard? Now tell me. I say English East India Company had factories in India, in Bombay, in Madras, in Calcutta. Do you understand this point? A company can have many factories all over the world, all over the country. Do you understand this? English East India Company. Let me give you a very simple example. Let's say Mukesh Ambani has Reliance Company. Now, Reliance may have hundreds of offices in all over India. Similarly, all these countries had their own companies. Whose company was formed first? English company. English East India Company was formed before the Dutch company. Do you all get this? Do you all understand that the English East India Company was formed before Dutch? But the English company established their factory. Factory means a place. Factory means a warehouse where the goods will be stored, things will be kept. So even though English factory got established before the British, English factory got established before the Dutch. Dutch established the factory before the English. Am I clear with this now? Am I clear with this now? So you will see, yeah, Anubhav, to certain extent. So I'll show you. English company was formed around 1600. Dutch was formed in 1602. I can make it 1599. That's much better. Just give me a second. I'll take another pen also so that this is visible. English company was established this year. This was done in 1602. Dutch factory got established in India in 1605. English 1613. No, Manish. No. You can see Dutch company got established in 1602. Their factory got established in 1605. English, their company got established in, let's say, 1599. Their factory in 1613. Am I clear? All of you, am I clear here? Now, this is something that you all have to remember. Another thing, till now, I have taken certain names. Namita will see that. There are reasons. I'll come to English. I'll teach you that. Till now, I told you who discovered the route for India. David Company. Bartholomew Dias. discovered Cape of Good Hope? Who gave this name? King John II, because Bartholomew Dias had named it as Cape of Storms. अनुभव पढ़ेंगे अभी. There was another name, the king of all these, Henry the Navigator. He is who? Yes, Manish. King John II is also later day king of Portugal. Of course, we studied some other names also, like Pedro Alvarez Cabral, and he discovered Brazil. Similarly, we saw Columbus, 1492, is discovering Americas. Guys, last thing we studied, yeah, Nitish, he died before the discovery, but he always encouraged the discoveries. That is the important thing. Last thing we studied, God, gold, glory. Have patience, Jafrina. I have not come over there. Again, I'm telling, there were many names. I'm telling you which all are important from our perspective. No, Subhajit, they both are different. Guys, why did they discover? Reasons for discovery. And under this, very important is spices. Last thing, why are they discovering route of India through sea? Why? Why are they discovering this route? Because we studied Ottomans have blocked the traditional route. And what were the three traditional routes, guys? Tell me. One was the Red Sea route. Another one was your Persian Gulf route. And third one was your land route. Last thing is, who is your this Ottoman king? Mehmed II. All of you tell me, till now, do you think we have studied anything apart from these? Every one of you. See, Manish, I told you, land route is not that thing. Land route is not that important. It's very tough. Red Sea and Persian Gulf, yes, they have stopped. Now, guys, dekho, all of you understand. Not every one of you can remember everything. See, I have been teaching now for more than 10 years. I have studied before that for let's say 3-4 years. I have gone till the interview stage. So for me, it's much easier compared to you people. But then you will also come to that stage by the end of this. Now, all of you, agar kisi ne, if any one of you had not made the notes, and if you only keep this with you, is this sufficient or not? All of you, is this sufficient or not? I need more answers from you people. And what I'm saying, never ever again go in the PPT. Nahi dekhna hai. I will never again look into the PPT. This one page is more than sufficient for everything that I needed. Done. Khatam. I told you, Dinesh, this chapter is only for prelims. This is only for prelims. I have told you, this is a chapter of facts. We need to remember the facts. Quick revision. You know, after my first attempt, When I could not clear in my first attempt, my first thing was, the first thing that I did understood was that maybe I had not prepared good notes, which did not help me in quick revision later. So I made notes for everything later. And if I find anything else in my books, I'll add it over there. I'll just write this much, keep some space, add. I'll show you notes also. In the next class, not tomorrow, next Saturday, I'll bring the notes of certain students for you people. And you can see how other students make notes. Okay? Anubhav, your question is not clear. So now, guys, last 14 minutes. If you have certain questions, let's check. Yes, Dinesh. Let's check our new feature where, yes, Nitesh, you can do the calling feature that we'll be using. Okay, there is, I'm going to allow the live call. Be very, very crisp with your notes, with your, questions. Let's talk to you people. बहुत देर हो गया किसी से बात नहीं की है. I've started the live call. I got the first call from Vishal. Please, Vishal. Hello. Vishal. Vishal. Hello. Vishal. Hello. Yeah, Vishal. Yeah, Vishal, tell me. Good afternoon. Jaldi, question. Question.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, Vishal. बोलो बोलो
Yes,
बोलो. Tell me.
yes, sir. मेरा क्वेश्चन सर एक्चुअली मैं हिंदी में बोल रहा हूँ सर. सर मेरा क्वेश्चन ये है कि सर
ये
इतना
बोला था विशाल. I
इतना चीज
told
जो
you
भी है
this
सर
area
इनफ है
is
सर मॉडर्न हिस्ट्री के लिए प्री
important
और मेंस के लिए
only
सर.
for prelims. Arrival of Europeans सिर्फ prelims में आता है. जब मेंस का आएगा, I'll tell you about mains also.
यस सर आई नो.
ठीक है विशाल. गुड है, क्लियर है.
यस सर आई अंडरस्टैंड यू
चलो,
ओके
I'll
सर.
take the call of Sachin now. Thank you, Vishal. Good है, clear है.
यस सर थैंक यू सर.
Tell me, Sachin. I'll take the call of Sachin now. Thank you, Vishal. Everybody, could you hear what I told just now to Vishal? Can you write yes or no? Did you hear what I told to Vishal? Everyone, can you comment? Sachin, it's ringing. You are not taking up the call, I think. Echoing. Okay. I'll look into this. We'll look into this voice thing. Yeah, Sachin. Tell me. Please,
सर
Sachin.
am I here to सर एक छोटा सा डाउट था यहाँ पे. सर यहाँ पे जब आपने जो ओटोमन एम्पायर के बारे में बताया, यहाँ पे
नहीं
ओटोमन
नहीं नहीं
एम्पायर
नहीं
ने
नहीं नहीं,
सारे
वो
रूट को
स्किप
ब्लॉक
करिए ना.
कर दिया था,
और
तो
उन्होंने
ओटोमन
लैंड
एम्पायर
रूट
के
को नहीं
बैकग्राउंड
ब्लॉक
को
किया.
पढ़ना
रेड
जरूरी है
सी
क्या
और
यहाँ पे, या
पर्शियन
फिर
गल्फ
उसको
वाला
स्किप कर सकते
रूट
हैं?
ब्लॉक किया है. एंड एज आई टोल्ड यू ना सचिन, दैट हमको मेडिवल
ठीक है.
हिस्ट्री का वर्ल्ड पढ़ना नहीं है. दैट विल नेवर कम. वो हमको नहीं,
हम्म,
थोड़ा सा ओटोमन हम पढ़ेंगे. व्हेन आई विल बी टीचिंग यू द
जी.
खिलाफत मूवमेंट, थोड़ा सा
हम्म.
बताऊंगा उस वक्त. ठीक है सचिन.
हम्म.
थैंक यू सचिन. लेट्स टेक द कॉल ऑफ नितेश
ओके
नाउ.
ओके, थैंक यू सर.
नितेश. हेलो. या गुड आफ्टरनून नितेश, बताइए.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, my question is that, sir, how to track the current affair in history section? Because, sir, Hindu doesn't provided a
Okay,
crisp
Nitish, I'll tell you,
current
this
affair
year
in history
Handloom Day
section.
आ
For
गया.
example,
Handloom Day आ गया.
this
Nitish,
year
I will tell you,
archaeological,
if you
like,
are following the current affairs for history,
yes,
you
yes,
can use our magazines. ठीक है. And apart from that, we will try to incorporate something for history also.
yes, sir.
We'll try to help you out there also, which all topics are important. You can be in contact with the teachers also to ask them, भाई ये important है या ये important नहीं है, like that. No. Byju's
Yes,
magazine.
because sir,
Byju's
no
magazine, we are
magazine,
covering the art and culture
newspaper will
section.
cover the
So you
issue in
can always
history.
cover it from there. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Nitish,
Yes, sir. Like
that
this
question
year,
was very, very
archaeological
tough.
like question was
Very
there. Who were
tough.
the
हाँ,
archaeological?
ठीक है. ओके नितेश, चलो फिर
Yes,
बात करेंगे, है ना? बेस्ट ऑफ लक.
yes, yes, sir.
Let's take the call of Soumya.
Thank you, thank you.
Soumya, it's ringing. Afternoon, Soumya.
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, as you mentioned just right now that the Ottoman had blocked the Red Sea and the Persian Gulf.
No, I
So
told
why
you, na.
the
No,
European
Soumya, if you
doesn't
have the idea
took the
about the
land route?
topographical
What
conditions
was
of
so
these areas,
difficult?
it's really very tough topography. That's why it was not earlier also used much, and always in those days, sea was preferred. So that's the thing. Topography is the real factor. These are, even now, agar aap kabhi
Oh, okay,
Pakistan
okay,
say, you will never go, I know, but then Pakistan say, if you are ever moving
okay.
towards Afghanistan and then going towards Central Asia, these are very really tough topographical conditions. So that's the reason. Done, Soumya. Thank you. Karthik, चलिए कार्तिक आप
Okay,
बताइए.
okay, sir. Thanks a lot.
Hi, Karthik. Afternoon.
Hi, Rohit. Good afternoon.
Thank you.
First of all, thank you very much. It was an amazing and informative class that you took. Uh, my
There
question
would be
is,
certain years which will be very
how
important. For
important
example,
are
let's
the
say
years? At
1498,
least the years in
Vasco da
terms
Gama
of.
is coming. Yeah, we'll have to remember those years. UPSC does not directly go into the years, but chronological orders would be important.
Yes.
And later I'll keep on insisting when, because this is the first chapter, first hour. But then I'll tell
Okay.
you certain years. They are in my, if you ever go in my lectures. Right now I cannot shift this. I can if I go further. For example, I mentioned
Mm-hmm.
1510. If you see right now, that year I have made in different color. This I want you to remember that Goa was captured in this year. So I'll keep on
Yes.
highlighting those years which I find and which I think very, very
Okay.
important, and I want you to remember them.
Okay. Okay. So we spoke about how in prelims we are more focused on
Huh.
the factual points, right? So these dates you're saying would be
You should have
in
an
that
idea when
category, and the
certain
rest
things
of them,
happened, but
which
then
you
you
have
don't
not
have to
highlighted,
be remembering
we
every
don't
year
need to
because
worry
it's
about.
impact impossible, practically impossible that we remember each and every year. So why don't we try to be much more smart enough
Yes, that's
and
correct.
remember
Yeah.
the more practical and important years? Rest of the things we should have an idea. हाँ, इस वक्त हुआ, ऐसे हुआ, but then we don't have to go deep and try to remember each and every year. That is something that we would not like to do.
Mm-hmm.
ठीक है?
Mm-hmm.
Done, Karthik. Thank you. Thank you.
Makes sense.
Let's take another call,
Makes
and
sense.
now the call is of
Thank you. Thank you very
Anthony.
much.
Anthony, it's ringing. Hi, Anthony. Good afternoon, Anthony. Tell me.
Good afternoon, sir. So I have a doubt regarding the Ottoman Empire. The Ottomans, are they
No,
collecting
land I'm not
tax
talking
through
about.
land
I'm
route,
not
or
talking
are
about
they
land. I'm
just
only talking
blocking the
about
land
the
routes and the sea
sea
route?
routes I'm
I
talking
mean the
about,
Pers-
the two routes. And they would not easily allow the Europeans to do the business here. And there would be some goods which would always be moving from one, because if you're blocking all the routes, not allowing any business to do, you are hurting yourself also. So they would collect some taxes which would be higher, which would make these things much more costlier. So better not to be solely dependent on them and not to have the things very, very costly. Search for a newer route, which the Europeans are doing right now. Yeah,
So
there are two
actually,
sea
they
routes.
were blocking the other two sea routes. Is that correct, sir?
Yeah,
The Persian Gulf and
yeah.
the Red Sea route. So the Ottomans,
So
they were
yeah,
blocking those
because
two
earlier
routes
it was much easier for
for
the
the Europeans
Europeans
to
to
enter that route.
use these two, but not now. Thank you, Anthony. Let's take the call of
Okay, thank
Ankush.
you, sir.
Hi, Ankush. Good afternoon.
Uh, Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Sir, my question is a little factual.
Yeah,
Sir, after the discovery of America, there were many conflicts going on between Spain and Portugal.
49.
And
Yeah.
to avoid these conflicts, they basically signed a Treaty of
No, I'll
Tordesillas.
just no, no, no.
So,
I'll
like,
just mention one
so
line
do we
about
like
that, but
need to
later.
remember this,
That will
like,
come in
when
my
this treaty
lecture.
was signed
Right now,
and
I've
something
not
like that?
mentioned that. We just have to understand why did Spain not come to India. So for
Okay,
that, I'll be telling that once, and you should have an idea कि भाई ये हुआ था.
okay,
Nothing, deep in that. Again, because it's a world history topic.
okay,
Aware about that.
okay.
Absolutely aware about that. Okay, Ankush.
So just we
Thank
need
you,
to be like
Ankush.
aware of these
Let's
things, whatever
take
is
a
happening.
call from
Okay,
Mohammed now.
okay, thank you.
Mohammed. Hi, Mohammed. Good afternoon.
हेलो। गुड आफ्टरनून सर। सर मेरा सवाल ये है कि जैसे
अगर
इंग्लैंड से
पढ़ेंगे
सिर्फ
अभी
ईस्ट इंडिया
तो
कंपनी
चार्टर
ही
देंगे
इंडिया
और
में
इनको
क्यों आई थी,
मोनोपोली
और भी तो
देंगे। इसका
कंपनियां होगी ना
कारण
वहाँ पे।
होगा, हम लोग अभी पढ़े नहीं है। विल कम टू दैट पॉइंट, मोहम्मद।
और सर ये था कि जैसे पुर्तगीज से, डच
नहीं
से,
नहीं,
वो भी तो ये
फ्रेंच
प्राइवेट
गवर्नमेंट कंपनी
कंपनियां आई
होगी।
थी या फिर
तो वो
गवर्नमेंट
सब हम
कंपनी
लोग
थी
पढ़ेंगे अभी।
क्योंकि सर
कंपनीज का स्ट्रक्चर
कंपनी
जो
दो
है
तरह
ना,
की होती है, हम
आगे
जान
आगे
जैसे।
आएगा। अभी तो जस्ट शुरू किया है ना। थैंक यू,
अच्छा
मोहम्मद।
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा,
Last
थैंक
call
यू।
before the break, and this I'm taking from Subhojit. No, I think David has been rung. David, you are not picking. David. Afternoon, David. Tell me your question, man.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
Yes.
so you have told me about the order for the formation of company and order for the factory formation. In that, English has established the company in 1599,
You
and
will
whereas
you will
the
study
factory
that.
formation, English
You will
done
study
it
in
in
the second half.
1613.
I'll
So
tell
why
you
is
about
that gap,
this.
sir?
That
Whereas Dutch
कुछ
formed within
circumstances
3
हैं,
years.
English आते हैं, but
Okay,
you will find out that because of certain reasons they could not form the
okay,
factory. We will study that. That has not yet been told. है ना? No, no. Absolutely, I'll tell you. Absolutely, I'll
sure,
tell
sir.
you. That question is
Yes, sir,
not
that's
yet
my doubt. So
resolved.
English being a
आएगा, I'll tell you.
powerful,
ठीक है?
yes, sir.
Done, David. Thank you, यार. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Subhajit. Hi, Subhajit. Tell me.
Hello, sir. Sir, you told that Ottoman Empire blocked the two sea routes,
No, no, I told you,
but
blocking of
like every
the
empire,
manner
they
in
want
which
to
the earlier
prosper.
businesses
Why
were
didn't they
happening,
allow the?
that would no longer
Uh,
go on. So the Europeans would have, as I said before, also somebody just now asked me this question. So some more taxes would be taken from the others. The things would become much costlier, and the earlier monopoly that these Europeans had, they would not have that any longer. That's the thing that I was saying. They would not. Of course, you are correct. They would not like to just jeopardize the whole, system, and they would have less money because of that. They would not like to do that. Hello. Okay, Subhajit. Thank you. 3 o'clock it is. Thank you.
okay, sir.
Done, everyone.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Thank you,
tell
sir.
me, how many of you could listen to the questions that were coming from the other side? Could you listen to the questions? You could listen the question. Audio is not properly audible. See, this is the first day. We are absolutely working on that. We would be, trying to make it much better. There is no doubt about that. The good feature here is, it gives us also very, great happiness that we can listen your voice. And I'm very clear that you people would also enjoy this thing. Yeah, I know that people should ask the questions in English, but the thing is, not everybody is equally comfortable in English. That's the thing. I hope most of you if asked the question in English, it would be something that helps everyone. But then I cannot force everyone, because if somebody is not that great, it's really tough. Okay, so let's go for a break. Once we come back from the break, we will continue, because we are somewhere here. We'll start with the Portuguese. Okay, Neil, write the mail to me. I'll look into that. Manish, you can write a mail for this. I'll look into that. Thank you, guys. Let's meet at 3:41 after the break. Thank you. Thank you.